Hi, it's Mitch from Pickdawgz.com here with your free pick in the Purdue versus Oregon college football matchup on Friday, October 18th, 2024. If you like all the free picks we do at Pickdawgz, you'll love our premium picks, our best bets. Just go to Pickdawgz.com, click on the premium picks tab. We've also got a link directly below this video in the description. Prices start at $15, but you can also always use that discount code PICK to get 15% off. We also have products meant for people that make big bets, people with big bankrolls looking for a VIP experience. These aren't available on the website. You just got to text the number that you see on the screen. Just keep in mind, these are our most expensive premium packages. But let's get to it. We got Purdue taking on Oregon, and Oregon coming off that big win against Ohio State, 32-31, kind of hanging there, mixing it up with the Buckeyes all game. Wouldn't call it hanging on for dear life. I would say getting it done at the end and, putting themselves in position to win. It was just one of those games. It was one of the better games that Oregon played offensively all season long. We've seen a lot of inconsistency from this offense, and the thing is they put up big numbers, so it kind of gets hidden in the in the mix here. But we've also seen, situations where Oregon really hasn't been on top of their game. Of course, Dan Lanning, seen as a defensive genius as the head coach, but he gave up 31 against the Buckeyes, and not the only one to do that. But of course, earlier this season, giving up 34 against Boise, so it's not like they're invincible. Meanwhile, Purdue on the other side, boy, had looked terrible in a lot of their games this season. But I have to say, a lot of that has to do with the quarterback play. I've been betting against Purdue a lot this season. I'll be honest about it. But the thing is that their quarterback play was so bad with Card in there. Now that they've made a switch at quarterback, we saw a totally different team last week against Illinois. They went down early. They fought their way back. They did lose that game in overtime, but I got to say, it was a different look from Purdue, and a different look because what we had seen from Card is he just sat back there with the ball like he had all day and never really threw the ball away, but instead took sacks, made bad decisions, all kinds of things like that. But now, I got to say, it looked like a different Purdue offense, and they certainly have some reasonable players on that team as well. So it's to be expected. So which Purdue team will show up today? And, the Purdue defense, the numbers are bad. 126th in the nation in rushing against, 122nd in the nation in total defense. But you have to remember, these guys have been on the field an awful lot and hung out to dry. Meanwhile, Oregon, 20th ranked in offense, rushing yards per game, 65th in the nation. Passing, 15th in the nation. Purdue, passing against, pretty solid as well, because teams have run the ball all over them because they've had the ball against Purdue all game long. The Oregon defense ranks pretty tough in that, rushing categories, 108 yards against per game, 297 yards per game against, and, rushing yards for Purdue, really not anything to write home about here, as far as the rushing attack and the passing attack. Of course, those numbers, like I mentioned from Card, were absolutely terrible. But I think that, sometimes when you make a big change like that, sometimes all these numbers kind of go out the window, and I have to believe that that's going to be the case here with Purdue. I don't know if Purdue has what it takes to pull the outright upset in this thing, but my guess is they're going to be a lot stronger team than people expect, especially if you watch like the Notre Dame game and the Wisconsin game and did not watch last week's game against Illinois. What we saw was a totally different team, and I expect to see something closer to that at least in this game. I'm going to take Purdue plus the points, and that's going to be my free pick. Of course, while you're doing your picks, putting your bets in, use our free betting tools at sportschatplace.com. 100% free, and they'll help put you on the most favorable bets on the board today.